Well, hello everybody, and next up in my candidates, quick overview. And if there's a noise in the background, I'm sorry, it's my washing machine. I could have waited, but I have time now to do it. So Pete Buttigieg, is that how you say it? Let's say Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete. No time of birth again. So his moon could be in Sagittarius, or it could be firmly embedded in Scorpio. So I kind of feel like he's perhaps a Scorpio moon, though, but we don't know for sure. So we shall see. What interesting things about Pete Buttigieg is that he has his sun at 29 degrees of Capricorn. And, you know, this kind of makes him very Capricorn. If you think about him, he's kind of very establishment, very, he was a CIA operative and he's worked in, I can't remember the name of the place he worked, but very kind of institutional, very this is the rules. You know, he kind of came out the gate as the first gay candidate and openly gay candidate, shall we say. And, you know, he's married with a husband, and yet he seems very kind of straight, and that's very Capricorn-y. You know, he's very kind of, these are the rules or kind of stuff. Oh, I think I've got my pants on inside out. I'm in my yoga pants at home. Anyway, so he's Capricorn, and he has this Venus at 2 degrees Aquarius, so I'm going to be looking at that. Interestingly, he has his nodal axis at 22 Cancer Capricorn, and that's really kind of very relevant for this year or this month coming up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Pete after this month. His nodal axis, he has Saturn in Libra, is kind of his skipped step, though. You know, it's like he hasn't done his Saturn in Libra. Like he can't really bring himself to really go all out for equality, and he's not all out for Medicare for all. He's kind of on teeter-totter, you know, kind of going from one side to the other. He said he was for Medicare for all, but then it's like no public option, no this, and you know, he kind of yeah. But you know, this is kind of promising, his Libra stuff, but I'm not quite seeing him, or maybe that's my personal bias. His Vesta is on the galactic center, so he's very focused and committed. You know, I don't think he's a bad guy after all, but at all. But I think he's kind of stuck in this is the way things are, and this is the way you can win. Or he's also stuck in kind of sucking up to the establishment with his wine cave thing, you know. I've got to have the big money donors or we can't win kind of thing. And it's the way things were, the South Node. He's in Capricorn. This is how it's always been. This is how it's going to be kind of thing. But, you know, he could change, and I'll tell you why. And I can't believe I'm kind of saying this because he's definitely not my favorite, but I'm being honest there. I'm going to look at January the 12th. So January the 12th, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and Mercury and Ceres and the Sun is all... Has my Eris disappeared? Have I taken it off for some reason? Oh, bear with me. I think I've taken a few things off. I'll look at those in a minute. His Saturn, Pluto, all of this conjunction, the major conjunction that we've got happening in January is right on his South Node, on the releasing end, and Pluto's changing that up and squaring this Saturn. So this could push him towards his North Node being in Cancer, but that can be a very conservative sign too. So it could go either way. He could even get kind of more double down on the conservatism or break free. It's hard to tell. Eris is kind of shaking things up a bit, though, in opposition to all of his Libra energy over here. So maybe she will give him a bit of a wake-up call, or maybe it'll shake him out of the race. But I think he's got a future anyway, in some way, whether it's, you know. And then the eclipse on January the 10th, of course, is also close to his nodes. So these eclipses and this January season is very important for a lot of these candidates. There's an awful lot of them being affected by this 22-23 degree mark. I just want to look at the other eclipses. I don't see much happening around them for Pete, but I do want to go to after the election. If you remember, Liz Warren had her Jupiter at 0 degrees of Aquarius, and the Jupiter-Saturn great conjunction that happens every 20 years is right on her Jupiter. Well, this is on his retrograde Venus. So his Venus is retrograde, though, but it's a good kind of connection for him. So it's going to be interesting. He's got some major connections too, some major pivot points with that 22 degree, especially with it being on his lunar nodes. It could propel him to his north node. We'll see. That's Mayor Pete for you. I'm looking what else is going on. I think anybody that's got the bad thing about a great conjunction is you almost don't want them to win, although you probably do, because a lot of presidents have died in office after the great conjunction. So, okay, have a great day.